So, hindi ko sure kung relevant pa tong vlog na to by the time I publish given the current political shit show na nangyayari ngayon sa Pilipinas. Medyo mainit din ang dugo ko sa mga nangyayari ngayon eh. Pero as of the time of this recording, katatapos lang nung malaking protesta na naganap ngayon sa Philippines against these corrupt politicians after ng mga revelations na naganap in the past 1 month or a few weeks ago. Well, hindi naman siya revelation since matagal na natin alam na may mga corruption na nagaganap sa atin. Kaya nga tayo nag-abroad di ba? Kaya tayo naging OFWs dahil alam natin hindi tayo uunlad sa Pilipinas. Kasi halos puro corrupt yung mga namumuno sa atin. Pero nakakainis kasi I feel very helpless. Kasi, alam mo kaming mag-asawa, 15 years na kami OFW. Hindi lang kami, madami tayo, diba? We've been working abroad for the longest time para lang umasenso. Tapos bigla mo mababalitaan at makikita kung gaano karangya at sobrang lavish ang lifestyle ng mga politicians natin back in the Philippines. Laging nilang tinatawag tayo mga OFWs na bagong bayani. Puro lang sila satsat. Hindi naman yun na kailangan natin. We don't need their words. Nagpapakabayani tayo, nagpapakahirap, malayo sa pamilya. Sila, naka-Rolls Royce sa Forbes Park, or may bagong luxury condo na naman sa BGC. Tapos yung mga friends, mga kaanak nila, nagbo-vlog, flaunting their wealth and lavish lifestyles in our faces. And we know that these are from the taxes ng mga Pilipinos. Di ba nakakadurog na puso? Siguro kung buong buhay ka nang nakatira sa Pilipinas, siguro you don't really question things that much. You just accept things as they are. Example, yung mahaba mong commuting time papuntang work. Normal na lang yan eh. So, sanay ka na, gigising ka na maaga, 4, 5 a.m. para lang hindi ka mali. Yung walang katapusang baha sa city or sa barangay mo, well, sabi nga nila, Pinoy ka, maging resilient ka na lang and accept this as normal. Spending hours just to get one freaking government document. Ganun talaga sa Pilipinas, di ba? Kaya kailangan mo agahan pumunta sa government office kung gusto mo kumuha ng birth certificate or passport or whatever. Any inefficiencies in our system, in our government, we learn to accept it as normal. Pero, everything changes the moment you work and live abroad. Especially kung napadpad ka sa magandang bansa. Mas developed kaysa sa Pilipinas. You start to see that what you've accepted for so long doesn't have to be the norm. Living abroad will reshape your standards, honestly. Masasanay ka sa mga efficient na sistema that value your time. Halimbawa lang, dito sa Singapore, I can check and know exactly when a bus or an MRT train will arrive using my phone. Madali lang. So I can plan ahead. Then, almost all government services are done digitally and online, like getting your visa, your IDs, doing your taxes. Everything is integrated using an app called SingPass. So, wala lang pila-pila and round-the-clock yung service. And even their immigration system is so efficient. So, ngayon, they are aiming for a passport-less entry and exit na rin. So, okay. Maybe I'm a bit biased since I am working here, but let's try to check other countries. So based on rough research ko, for example, in South Korea, digital na din sila when it comes to government services. Then, there's free Wi-Fi everywhere. Then their healthcare is universal. Ganon din naman sa Australia. Even part-time workers can earn a decent, livable wage. Which is completely impossible to do in the Philippines kahit above minimum wage pa yung salary mo. Sa Japan naman, I just recently found out about this case na even one out-of-touch comment was enough for a minister to resign. Meanwhile, in the Philippines, do our politicians even have delicadeza? Diba they will just issue half-hearted apologies and just move on? Maswerte na tayo kung magsosorry sila sa atin. Ngayon lang, may malaking issue na naman sa Pilipinas. We've all heard about this. Over 500 billion ang ginastos para sa mga flood control projects. Pero guess what? Ang dami sa mga projects na to is are ghost projects lang pala. Then yung iba, di man ghost project, hindi naman natapos or substandard yung work. Palpak. Then sabi pa nga nung ilang audit reports na possible daw na yung 70% ng funds is nawala na, as in na-corrupt. By the time I published this vlog, hindi ko sure kung ano pang mga issue ang lalabas, no? Pero grabe, diba? Kaya sobrang galit na galit ang mga tao ngayon. Pero ito na naman tayo panibagong crisis, panibagong issue. Meron na namang circus show na naman sa Senado at Congress natin. Pero alam naman natin na wala namang kahihinatnan to. Diba? In the past, nakailang investigations na ba ginawa ang mga politicians natin. Wala namang outcome. Lagi may excuse. Wala rin umaako ng responsibilidad. Kung may makulong man, nakakalaya pa. Tapos yung iba, nakakatakbo pa ng eleksyon, no? Kaya nakakapikon Tayo nga na simpleng mamamayan lang, pag pumalpak tayo sa trabaho natin, diba? Kadalasan, tanggal ka agad. Pero sila, yung mga politicians natin, parang untouchables. Anyways, balik ko lang sa sinasabi ko about how our standards shift once we become an OFW. And that is what I am saying here. The more you experience high standards of government, of living, the harder it becomes to really accept anything less. Common yan sa mga OFWs, Diba once na lumapag na yung aeroplano mo sa Philippine airport, sunod-sunod na yung inconvenience na mararanasan mo Pila pa lang palabas ng immigration at paghahanap ng taxi or dealing with public transportation. Masakit na agad sa ulo. Kaya nakakompare mo agad sa pinanggalingan mong bansa. And hindi to sa pagiging maarte, Madalas kasi yan sinasabi sa atin ng mga friends natin na, uy, nakapag-abroad ka lang. Ang arte mo na. No. These are basic things that we should demand from our government. So, you come back home, then suddenly the little things you used to brush off, they suddenly feel bigger, they suddenly feel heavier to accept. You start asking yourself, how did we convince ourselves that this was okay? Our country is such a beautiful place, but living abroad makes you realize how much we've normalized the unfair and the broken system. Ngayon, you can't unsee it anymore. And this isn't about comparing countries for the sake of it. It's about wanting a life where you don't just survive, but you actually live. And maybe that's what living abroad really does to you. Kaya nga I wish talaga na madaming Filipino ang masubukang mabuhay abroad. Para meron silang point of comparison when it comes to what an efficient government system really looks like. Kahit hindi ka OFW, diba? Pag nababakasyon ka, when you travel to other countries for vacation, ano ba madalas mo napapansin? Paglabas mo sa airport. Diba most of the time, you're impressed by sa infrastructures nila, sa services, sa public transport, malinis na kalsada. Uy, may free wifi everywhere. We think it's a luxury to have these things, pero sa totoo lang, these are basic things that we deserve. Alam natin yan, mga OFWs. Isa sa mga naturo sa atin sa pagtatrabaho abroad, it taught us not to settle for less than what we deserve. Natanggal yung toxic habit natin na sinasabi natin lagi na bahala na, or pwede na yan, okay na yan, or at least meron. Meron nga ba? Kung meron man, bulok naman. And we begin to start rejecting mediocrity. We expect more, not just for ourselves, but for our fellow Filipinos. We want better government officials, better system, better transportation, fair and livable salaries, better jobs, efficient and actionable ways to address the problems of our people, and not creating distractions to divert our attention. And more importantly, we want accountability from our politicians. Kung sa ibang bansa nga, resignation is the bare minimum. Diba nga, gaya na sabi ko sa Japan, simple out of touch comment lang, resign agad. Sa atin, kailangan pa ng Senate hearing. Minsan nga, kahit may video evidence na, wala pa din nangyayari. So yes, naiingit talaga ako as an OFW, as an overseas Filipino worker, naiingit ako sa bansang may mga leaders na may hiya. Paano ba natin ito masosolve, diba? Of course, basic by electing the right people in office. OFWs, we have the right to vote during elections and we should practice that right all the time. Maging critical naman din tayo sa pagpili ng iboboto natin since nakita na natin firsthand abroad how a government should really govern. Huwag na tayo magpadala sa celebrity status. Huwag na tayo magpadala sa pasayaw-sayaw, pakata-kata during campaign periods. And tanggalin na natin yung kulay sa politics. Let's start asking our candidates about their platforms. Ask how they will implement it. How long will it take? What are the pros and cons? May sense ba yung mga plans nila? And challenge their perspectives. It's your right to do so. Di man tayong OFWs, di man tayo makapunta sa kalsada ngayon to join the rally, kaya pa din natin lumaban, no? Through voting. So let's vote next election. Okay, so sorry, I'm starting to be very political and going off track. Pero kasi I'm passionate about this topic. Kasi as an OFW, as someone who have been to other countries with good governance, naiingit kasi ako sa mga citizens nila eh. Kaya na sinabi ko dito sa Singapore, why can't the Philippines have the same class and quality of government officials? Why can't we have that? sa mga sunod-sunod na nababalita at revelations ng corruption na napapanood ko sa balita, talagang kumukulo talaga yung dugo ko eh. Hanggang kailan ba tayo mangingibang bansa para lang umulad yung buhay natin? All we want is a decent living, right? As an OFW, kaya nga tayo umalis. Kasi the system back home forced us to find better opportunities and better quality of life. And until now, ito pa rin yung reasons bakit nag-OFW mga Pilipino and why they want to live. Yung iba nga nagmamigrate na completely, diba? Nakakainis, diba? Nakakainis, diba? Kasi ang ganda-ganda ng Pilipinas, pero ang pangit ng pamamalakad ng mga namumuno. So, minsan mapapamura ka na lang minsan, eh. No? Okay, to end this vlog/rant, I guess, living abroad really changes you. It changes your beliefs, your perspectives, and especially your standards. And maybe that's exactly what we need. Change. We need change. Tama na yung pwede na yan, oras na para sabihin na hindi na pwede to. So, if you're an OFW, meron akong tanong sa'yo. Tingin mo, hanggang kailan pa natin titiisin to? And, makakauwi pa ba tayo sa maayos na bansa? Let me know in the comments below. And, until the next time, bye.